right, what we getting done, bro?
Kind of want to cut top of my hair to where it falls naturally, that it's just coming down like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of want it to flow backwards, maybe mid to low skin fade with long blend.
Okay, you want like a stretched out fade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a little bit more dropped in the back.
Okay, cool. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it, man.
What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Guys, you saw the consultation, and in this cut on the top, we're going to start with a section right through the middle, and I'm going to cut off quite a bit of length. This is about, I would say, 1.5 to 2 inches of length. And the reason why is because we got to get some weight off of his hair. His hair isn't like coarse or super thick, so this length is the issue. It's the reason why his hair is splitting, it's falling to the sides. His concerns were he wants it to lay more natural. He wants it to stay up, which means he wants volume. And so in order to do that, we got to cut flat layers or square layers all the way through on the top. That way there isn't so much weight, as you can see on top. So we started with that section right through the middle, and we use that as our guide for the top. And you can see already it's not splitting in the middle and falling over to the sides on the top, right? It's staying up. It's staying on. The hair that wants to live on top is living on top. And that's just by, again, making sure everything is squared and removing some length. All right, so the top is done. We're gonna go ahead and grab this number 4 guard, and we're gonna start to clear the bulk, bring the clipper up off of the head, not into the shape that we just created with our shears. Once we've done that, we can start our first guideline all the way through. My clipper is all the way closed, and guys, this haircut is hard. It's not an easy haircut. You can see here on the left side of his head, his hair growth pattern, it kind of twists. It goes to the right, then to the left, then straight down. You can definitely see he's got indents on his head. You can definitely see hair density changes from the left side of his head going towards the back. So we are definitely going to have to take our time at each section and make sure that everything looks like the same shade of color, right? So we just blended out our blade open. Now we have our 1 guard all the way open. Now we're grabbing our half guard, and we're going to start off all the way open and close it little by little. But you can see that the left side of his head is already faded. It's like pretty much already faded, where the right side of his head, it's dark. So again, we want to use the left side of his head to be able to use as reference to make sure the right side of his head isn't darker, right? Like, or at least try to manage that as much as possible. At this point, with our 2 guard open, now 2 guard close, and we'll use our 1.5 guard next to start to blend down. You guys see those? Those are the new JRLs. So Wani, who's in my chair, he brought those in for me. He's a barber in Orlando, and he brought these in so that we can all try them. And so far, things were fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. They were good. They were pretty good. They were real good. Hate the design. I hate that they copied, bevel. And that's the only thing I can complain about them. You know what I mean? Like, JRL to me has always been a pretty innovative company. They've always been different and unique and stood out to me. They've definitely used technology, and they just always been in like their own lane. So looking like the bevel trimmers was just weird to me. It was just a bad call, whoever designed these clippers at JRL. But whoever engineered them, it's a bad man. All right, so anyways, you guys saw we used our 1.5 guard to blend down. I went ahead and lined up the vertical bar, and now we're gonna go ahead and start to detail. So we're hopping back different guards, and it's gonna be difficult to get. I'm sorry, Wani, I love you, bro, but Wani is not the perfect canvas for the perfect fade. Wani is more like your typical client that comes in the shop. You know, he's not your Instagram. He's not your Instagram hair texture or hair canvas, right? Because of the indents, because of the difficult hair growth patterns, and because his hair isn't thick. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not thick. So yeah, you gotta finesse this cut, man. So again, we did blade open, we blended that out. Now we have the 1 guard open. We're gonna start to blend that out with the half guard. 2 guard open, start to blend that out with the 1.5 guard, and then go and detail. And here we are with the 2.5 guard, or the 2 open guard. He didn't bring in the JRL trimmers, but S-Craft does have them. And if you, I think, oh, if you're in the academy, he just dropped he did a live stream last night. And I think he uploaded the video. But if you're not in the academy and you want to see his opinion on those trimmers, on the JRL ones, you know, sign up for the academy. You'll be able to see under his profile, under his page, that his latest tutorial he talks about. But if you're in the academy, you already seen what he did with him. The only thing I would say about the clippers is they're gonna take some getting used to, because they do open up further than, like, for example, your wall or your Babyliss. So that's why I went back to my Babyliss, because with this hair texture, with my model here, I wanted to stick to what I was used to and comfortable with. This isn't the time to learn a new clipper. I'm just saying, this ain't the time for it. We gotta give my boy Wani the best possible cut we could give him. All right, and now we're gonna tie everything over into the back, and you can see, just when you thought that it was high difficulty, Wani's like, yo, not so fast. So whenever I get a client that the back of their head looks like this, you just gotta stretch the scalp. You gotta stretch the scalp and fade it that way. So you notice my thumb is kind of stretching the scalp just a bit. But it's looking good. We dropped it a bit in the back here. You guys know the shaver is a must for me. I gotta figure out this lighting with this new camera. You guys know lighting with cameras is everything, especially with DSLRs. So I gotta figure that part out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and customize the cut on top. I'm gonna cut some texture in here. I'm gonna thin the hair out just to help it stay up and take some weight out, so it grows when it grows back. Even though there's a little bit more length, it'll add some longevity to his hair and how it lays with or without product. Nah. And so what I decided to do to style his hair was use texturizing powder. And don't make the mistake I just made right there where too much goes into his hair all in one section. And then what I'm gonna top the powder, I used the powder, and what I did was I put it on top of his hair, and then I used my fingers to kind of get it into the rest of the hair shafts. Okay. And then you can use a topper, you can use like a clay or a pomade or something afterwards if you feel like it, to style it out. And now I'm gonna detail a more of a finished look, right? And especially with his hair, man, like we used guidelines, we used sections, we were very careful with his hair in each section, to make sure it looked good throughout the process. And even when I'm done, it's still not good enough to me. So and I went ahead and enhanced it. He was in town, they were staying the weekend, so you know, we had to get him fresh. And the only thing that I lined up was the vertical bars and his corners, just to give him a little bit more symmetry on his hairline, because his natural hairline, it's not perfectly straight, right? Like one side is naturally higher than the other, and then he has that peak in the middle. So just by giving him some corners and a vertical bar, just adds symmetry to the cut. All right, and after the enhancement and the styling, again into a finished product, we're gonna detail areas that could look a little better. And if you're a barber, if you're a seasoned barber, you already know the struggle. You know this was not an easy haircut. But that's not what this YouTube channel is about. I am not trying to showcase being the best barber possible. I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm trying to give transparency and not give a false perception. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just drop one video a week and just grab the best possible model and try to give y'all the best, most blurriest, crispiest fades every time. But you know, I think that quality and quantity isn't just in the perfect haircuts, but also in the nuggets and the haircuts that are difficult. I feel like that's quality. So that's what we try to do with this channel, man. What I've noticed sometimes some of the comments will be a lot less about the nuggets and more so about critiquing the cut. You feel me? So, but it is what it is, guys. You saw the before. This is the after. Definitely one of the hardest cuts that I've done on this channel. I'm probably gonna title that. But look at the shape right here. Look how nice the hair is flowing, the hair is sitting. It's not splitting through the middle. It's gonna stay that way. He actually texted me the next day, bro, my hair is laying exactly how I want it. Thank you. And so shout out to Wani for coming through for a cut. Guys, if you need a cut, the link in the description. Book your YouTube haircut. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Love ya. See you in the next video.